Now we are going to see the experiment of predetermination of regulation of three-phase alternator by using ZPF method as well as ASI method. So now the aim is to determine the regulation of a three-phase alternator by ZPF method and to draw the vector diagram. So the apparatus required is ammeter 0 to 2 amps, then 0 to 10 amps, voltmeter 0 to 600 volt, rheostat with 250 ohms of 1.2 amps and 300 ohms of 1.7 amps. So for doing this experiment, we are going to see some precautions. That is, the motor field rheostat should be kept at a minimum resistance position and alternator field rheostat should be kept at a maximum resistance position. So this is the circuit diagram. So we are having 220 volt DC supply, 3-point starter, then motor here is having the alternator with a 3-phase supply R by V, then variable inductive load. Then for a field excitation, we are giving another 220 volt DC supply with DPSTS switch. So to perform this experiment, we are going to conduct two tests. That is, one is open circuit test and other one is short circuit test. So for conducting open circuit test, so first we have to keep the rheostat in a minimum position. So this is the rheostat we have to keep in a minimum position. Then the motor is started. So this motor is going to started by using the help of a 3-point starter. So then the rheostat is to be adjusted to the rated speed of the motor, and then by using this 220 volt DC supply is switched on. The field winding of the alternator is closed by using this DPST switch. When using this potential divider, the current in the field circuit is increased in steps of by zero point 0.1 amps. So at each step, the alternator is induces some voltage. So the alternator induced voltage should be calculated or seen by using this voltmeter. So this voltmeter will read the induced voltage by the alternator, and the field current will be measured by using this field winding ammeter. So corresponding voltmeter and ammeter readings should be marked for this open circuit test. So field current, then open circuit voltage. For this phase voltage, we want to divide it by the root 3 of your line voltage. So E line, so that E line should be divided by root 3. So we can calculate this E phase voltage. So this is the open circuit test. For calculating the short circuit test, so this TPSTS switch. So we are having here the TPSTS switch. So this TPST switch is closed and the corresponding ammeter reading also noted. So the corresponding ammeter reading is noted for a zero power factor test. So zero power factor, or it is called as Poisson reactance test. So by bringing this potentiometer to its normal position, the variable inductive load is applied. So then when varying this potentiometer to the normal rated current into 1.7 amps. So this by making this potentiometer, we are making this ammeter into 1.75 amps. So by taking the ammeter as well as the voltmeter readings, we are going to tabulate this ZPF. So for a short circuit test, we are having the ammeter readings and then the field winding ammeter reading, then armature winding ammeter reading should be noted here. Then for power factor test, that field current will be taken from that field winding of the alternator by using the ammeter. Then the armature current will be noted by this ammeter. So corresponding reading should be noted in this tabular column. So then next is the model graph, that is the for the ZPF method. So in this method, so first you have to, for this model graph, we want to draw the open circuit characteristic curves, that is OCC test. So for this curve, we want to plot the OCC test diagram, that is they want to plot against the E phase and the IF. So the first the current for the field current IF and the E phase, that is V phase, should be drawn. So this is the first curve, that is the OCC curve. Then draw the air line gap. So up to 2 point we can draw the curve. After that we want to straight the line. So this is the air line gap. Then draw the short circuit current. So for the short circuit current of 1.75 amps should be taken. So here it will taken and the short circuit current will be drawn. Here is the short circuit current. So for a short circuit test, that IF current will be marked here, and for the ZPF test, that field current will be drawn here. So these 2 points to be extended and the triangle should be drawn. So this is the Portier triangle for the ZPF method. So we have to draw the current by taking the lines of B, E and C, then with a point D. So the corresponding VE will give the armature reaction excitation and the DE will give the armature leakage drop. So extending of these two curves will give you a ZPF curve triangle. So this is the method of regulation of three-phase alternator by using a ZPF method. Another one method is the ASI method. So that is it is similar to the deregulation of three-phase alternator by a ASI method. It is the American Standard Association method. So to draw these regulation of three-phase alternator, the aim is to determine the regulation of a given three-phase alternator by ASI method and to draw the vector diagram. So the diagram is similar to a same ZPF method, just the variation will be in your triangle. So that is you have to draw the different lagging, leading and unity power factor. The different triangle should be drawn for this ASI method. So for this also the procedure is similar to a ZPF method. We can see that is to first itself want to draw the open circuit characteristics curve against your voltage, that is generated voltage per phase as well as your field current. Then you want to draw the error line gap. Then here we can see, you can see the error line gap. Then for the rated voltage of the alternator. So the rated voltage of the alternator is 415. So we have to change it to divided by the phase by root 3. So it gives 239.6. So this have to be plotted in the graph. So that in the y-axis you have to divide it by 239.6 by 20. So at the plotted in the graph. Then for cos phi, that is for a leading power factor, for a lagging power factor, we can take the phi, cos phi as a 0.8. So by taking the angle of theta, cos inverse of 0.8 is 36.16. So taking this angle by using the protractor, we have to draw the angle. So by extending this towards the y-axis or to the point O, the same line intersects your air gap line gap. So here it is the air gap line. Then by marking it on the y-axis of the magnitude, we can join the air gap line at the point of the OCC curve. So now we can measure the length of the OG, H and G curve. So by taking measuring these curve, we can take the armature reaction excitation and armature leakage drop. So this is the experiment to determine the regulation of a given three-phase alternator by a ASI method as well as ZPF method. Thank you.